Hello everyone, my name is Lanso90 and welcome to Let's Play Darkest Dungeon, the Crimson Court DLC. We're also going to be playing it in Radiant mode just because this game is unbearably hard. No, it's actually going to be even harder than it was previously. And because this new DLC adds a lot of stuff that I think primarily makes things harder. I don't think it really makes things too much easier. So here's our new game. I just created the save file. I didn't go in or anything, so let's start.
You will arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself, and remember there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
Wayne June's voice acting. It's just way too good. I've listened to all his narrations of the H.P. Lovecraft stories. They're pretty entertaining. Alrighty, here we go with good old Reynold Dismas. Let's see how the fate smiles upon us today.
Run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead.
So in my last playthrough I did like the full kind of tutorial explaining everything that's going on. This time I'm just gonna maybe explain my decisions.
Brutal fashion, that all may hear of your arrival.
They did change some of the skills actually. I think cracking shot here is one of them. I think the buff is permanent now for the fight. You can only use it one time, but it will last the entire fight. So that's actually kind of beneficial of a change. Don't know if Open Vein has changed. I don't recall it dropping bleed resistance, but I could be wrong. Smack him with that, because the grape shot wouldn't have done any good. And the Crusader has a good chance to kill here, so we'll
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
go ahead and do that. I think we're fine to interact with this one.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Now for the actually hard fight of this tutorial level.
Found in forgotten places.
How do we want to start? We might want to start with the
Determine a message.
tracking shot, actually.
Has returned, and their kind is no longer welcome.
I think, let's see, the Crusader can't hit the guy in the back, can he? He cannot, so it'll be all up to Dismas just to kill this guy in the back. So it might be better to just pile it on to the guy in the front. Let's do that. Ouch. And it's fine with these people. At a different party composition, it might be a little bit worse. It's pretty good stun resist. Just wail on him. wailing on him. Oh, nice crit.
Size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Now that guy can't even do a good shot. Yeah, that was the right course of action, I think. Could move up forward just so you could use his other skills, but it's kind of pointless in this fight. We just may as well use these other abilities. Nice. Money. Pretty sure that chest is always just a blight trap, so we'll just return to the hammer. Alrighty. That went pretty well, though. We didn't. There is ways to mess up that starting level. Believe it or not. That really sucks for him. Ooh, that's really good for him. Except he's not really likely to miss, but would be better on like a leper.
This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now, and you are bound to them.
Right.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Have to keep in mind, I didn't realize this until our last playthrough. Actually, that the narrator is the ancestor. He's not the caretaker. I thought he was the caretaker, but
Most will end up here, covered in the poisoned earth, awaiting merciful oblivion.
or maybe he's technically both. I don't know. I think he's just the ancestor, though.
Women and men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
Alright, don't get any choices. We only get the Plague Doctor and the Vestal. A little bit lower on HP and a little bit better in the Warrens. It's okay. I wish he was good in the Ruins. That'd be useful. I'll take part in the Prayer Town activity after certain traumatic events. What does that mean exactly? Because I feel like if it was just like can't pray for stress relief, it would say that. This is like different. I don't really know what that means. But overall, she doesn't really have a negative that'll affect us immediately.
And unrelenting.
Yeah, we should upgrade our stagecoach. Kind of ideally, we'd like to get 4 to come in all at once. We cannot quite pull that off.
Seeking fortune and glory in this domain of the damned.
So let's see. What we can do is we should exchange like busts for feet. This upgraded to 4, so we get 4 new people just in case this first dungeon goes horribly. Alright, we're ready to embark. Good thing Reynold and Dismas didn't take too much difficulty this time. The usual suspects. Let's take a look at their skills, though. Got Bulwark of Faith. I think this is the other one that's changed. I think this is the same as the tracking shot, where you can just use it once and then it's always on for the entire fight. Very melee focused Crusader, which isn't necessarily the most useful, but it's not bad. Yeah, pistol shot. Hacking shot. I don't know if Reynold and Dismas always get the same skills. They might. But I think the Vestal and Plague Doctor get different ones each time. That's your close range plague, that's your far range plague, that's your melee. So it sucks he doesn't have this blinding gas. That'll be alright. You don't really need a hand of light where you're gonna be, but we can work with it. Probably don't have any trinkets, yeah.
The cost of preparedness, measured now in gold, later in blood.
Stack of torches. Let's see, it recommended 6, or it recommended 4 torches, so I'm gonna bring 6. And food, I'll bring 8. Shovels, bring 2. Actually, I have a... on here. I made a list on my desktop of everything you should bring to certain zones. Let's find that thinkest spreadsheet. There it is. That over on my second monitor. So, in the ruins, holy water, keys, pretty good. Herbs is okay. It also suggested more food because there isn't anything that you can loot for food here. Anti-unholy, grave water, and blight damage is pretty good, and bleed is pretty bad. So we'll want to bring a couple of keys, maybe an extra holy water. I think that seems fair. Alright, let's begin. Be curious, be careful. So I'm not really a risk taker with my gameplay style, because I have extremely bad luck, and I know if I take risks, I'm always going to end up on the wrong side of history, so I'm not going to interact with books. The only exception I'll make is once we get an antiquarian, we'll interact with books, because she can basically interact with them with no penalty, really. Because if it hurts her combat skills, it's not really going to matter too much because she's not a very good fighter. And if it gives her negative quirks that make her interact with things automatically, it doesn't matter because she's the antiquarian and she should be interacting with them anyway. What's the damage difference between these? 4 through 8, 5 through 9. So this is better, even though they're not going to bleed. We'll lower their speed. I don't think we need to do tracking shot because this is not going to be a long fight. I don't think it really matters which one we attack here. Smack the one closest. This is good, zealous accusation territory. Did I take the guaranteed kill? Probably. Even though zealous accusation could have killed that guy, there's a good chance a crusader might go last. Let's give a good old chance to stun here. Alright, perfect. And yep, it was a good thing I killed that guy because crusader went last.
Another one falls.
Alright, flawless victory.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled.
Unlocked strongbox. Oh, that's one thing I didn't really mark down. I think you can use a key on it. Shit, it was the locked strongbox.
Wealth beyond measure. Awarded to the brave.
The only things I didn't write down were the things that were that can spawn in any dungeon.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
I probably over-prepared for this one, because they probably... Ooh, that's bad. Oh, a stress dealer here. Ah, you're pulling him? Okay. Ah, shit. Didn't actually work. Well, I guess it's good you have Hand of Blight now. Probably move back one. That's not really gonna help. One to two with how much blight damage? 4? Oh, blight should work.
A death by inches.
You can at least pistol shot in the back, so... Can you even do anything in the third slot, though? Oh man, you can't do... Get the lucky shot. Yes!
Surges as the enemy crumbles.
Not quite enough. He'll be dead with his next turn, though. Nice. Dodge. That was a bad party shuffle, and we didn't get a lucky set of, traits on our new characters that didn't give them any kind of ability to shuffle themselves around. Like, that would have been a great time for the Crusader to have a Holy Lance.
This is how a life is taken.
Buff skill chance. Smart speed. How much more percentage? 10%. Where's the reset party order button? There it is. Thank you. So this party is kind of weak to the team shuffles as is, so once we can get new skills, I'm going to give the Crusader Holy Lance, I think. Am I okay with dim light? I think I am. I don't have any special trinkets that work with more light. So I'll go this way, do this, come back, go up this way. I don't know how guaranteed this dungeon is to be exactly the same or slightly different every time.
Now it must be carried home.
Up to me. Oh, the Holy Fountain's actually pretty good. Alright. You guys are all kind of high damage enemies. Usually the Arbalist is the worst, though. He does have the most health, though, so it would take the longest to knock him down. He should be dead. Yes. You're vulnerable to the stun. Ah. Okay. Smite you. Ah, good. We got to kill 2 of them. Well, shit. I was kind of hoping he would die before you would get to go, but didn't quite work out that way. I'll probably cheat this fight just a little bit. Get some healing done. We only need to do it on our Vestal. Get him up close so he can't use his ranged attack, and then... Oh, crit! Max heal, too. Glad I did that. Dodge. Smack him in the face. The blood. Blood is a special type of supply item. Any collected bottles of the blood will be retained in your estate after the quest ends. They may be added to provisions of embarking parties. The blood is rare, spread around wisely amongst those in need. So the new thing with the new DLC is your party can basically contract vampirism now, and it's actually pretty common, and you need the blood to feed them, otherwise bad things happen. And the curse, Crimson Curse it's called, it makes them weaker generally, but if they're craving the blood and you give it to them, it gives them a big buff. So let's see, this is the Holy Fountain. That's a big heal all. I think that includes like stress. Probably best to use it on her. Okay. We weren't in dire need of it, but we'll head back this way. We'll wrap back around. The reason I head back this way instead of going straight up is going through these hallways we've already explored doesn't use as much torchlight as it does to go through one you haven't explored yet. Just gonna steal what's in here. What are you gonna do with deeds, dude? Alright. We surprised them. This time I have a little bit more interest in taking out the back row as soon as possible. Ah, shit. She resisted it. Try to get the one shot. Not managed to kill her, which is unfortunate. Please get the stun, though. Thank you. Friends for the old gods. Nice dodge. Oh, we got like a pretty big boost from the light level. Is it like that in the base game, or is that the radiant mode doing that? Doesn't feel like a base game thing. I think it might be radiant mode. These guys are more vulnerable to bleed. Shot. It's only a 1-point bleed, so I don't know if it's really any better than the grenade. Gives you extra stress.
Masterfully executed.
Crit stun.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Right. Going pretty well so far. This is the one that works with the skeleton key.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
This trap. Yeah, pretty much always the... Oh shit, he didn't do it.
Mechanical hazards possessed by evil.
Shit, he had the stress thing going too. That was unfortunate. He only had a 10% chance to fail there. This is what I was talking about, my terrible luck. Oh, come on, dude. 10 food? No, you can't take the blood, man. That doesn't spawn very often, man. Oh, shit. I have to throw you in the insane asylum. Oh, actually get scouting. I'm gonna continue. There's treasure in this last room. Alright. Radiant light. Hunger is not gonna pop, so we can eat all the food. These two in the middle have the no stress. Use one holy water on you just to increase your resistances, and we're gonna go in. Alright. This is where we may be punished for our greed. Oh, you're kidding me that you can't, well, as long as it hits, it should kill him.
The slow death, unforeseen, unforgiving.
I'd rather stun you, actually. For the one shot. Not that time. Not quite dead. Guaranteed kill here. I could stack up Blight on him. 8. Might be enough to make sure he never goes again, though. Yeah, he can't go again. He's gonna die. You... a better chance to hit with your open vein. That. Actually, a stunning blow is probably more worthwhile to do damage here. We're at the end of the mission, basically, so unless something horrible happens, we shouldn't need to heal. Okay, they're both dead. Do a party heal. No. Nothing else to do.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Alright. Complete clear. Everyone is under the 20 stress mark, so I'd say that's mission accomplished. Lots of busts. More XP. Keep on life is always scary. Damage in the ruins is perfect for the Crusader. That's gonna stack up nicely because he also has the damage to unholy, and there's a lot of unholy in the ruins. Colonel's kind of lame. Ruin Scourger is fine.
All my life I could feel an insistent gnawing in the back of my mind. It was a yearning, a thirst for discovery that could be neither numbed nor sated.
I think that's a new voice line for the mod. Or not the mod, the DLC.
Fresh kegs, cards, and curtained rooms promise solace to the weary and broken alike. The cobwebs have been dusted, the pews set straight. The Abbey calls to the faithful.
Alright. That was a very successful run. But after that, though, I think there's like no more like preset easy runs. I think from now on they're always going to be relatively difficult, except for perhaps the first run in every zone. But we'll see. I hope y'all enjoyed and have a good day.